Good morning, loves. Happy first Saturday in June to you guys. I am jumping on just to give you 10 minutes of self-love encouragement before I jump on to my self-love coaching group, which is every Saturday morning at 10. And if you want more information about that, I put my link to my website in the bio. So if you want more information, that is available to you. A friend of mine posted on Facebook, and I happened to catch it, something about a church on their sign saying, "Love thy neighbor, all of them." And, her focus of the post was the all of them part. Yes, even them, apparently it said. The thing that bothers me about that sign is not the them part. The thing that bothers me about the sign is that they're leaving out the love thy neighbor as thyself part. And I've been very focused on the past few days on my new favorite sentence prompt, which is, I love myself and so. And one of my friends, I posted on Facebook, and one of the people who follows me, one of my friends said, that if we do not love our neighbor as ourselves, we have to love ourselves in order to love our neighbor as ourselves. Otherwise, our neighbor is doomed. Doom is a pretty strong, dramatic word. And I feel not only is our neighbor doomed, but kind of we all are, right? Because we're somebody's neighbor. So we may as well give it to ourselves. So it starts with self, right? 1 is the number of self. And we have to start where we live. We have to start with self. We have to start with self-love. Got to take care of ourselves before we can take care of anyone else. So I've been really enamored with this notion of I love myself and so. I love myself and so today I wanted to wear red. So I dug out this red dress that I have in my closet that I had forgotten all about. And red helps me to feel safe and secure in the world. Red is the color of the root chakra, right? So I love myself, and so I jump on Facebook Live and I talk to you guys about self-love because that's what is mine to do. That is my soapbox. And once a month I do something called self-love conversations. And we missed last month because I was sick as a doorknob. Sick. I had the bronchitis and I was a sicky. Anyway, so tomorrow is self-love conversations. And I will post a link about I just do it on Facebook Live, and anybody is welcome. And it is my love offering to the world to be in conversation with whomever needs a little bit of love, with whomever wants to bravely step up and sit in an imaginary chair next to me and get some coaching on whatever's up for you. So some pretty powerful things have happened in that, some amazingly life-changing things. I was listening to a podcast this week by a woman who is a life coach, and she trains life coaches. And at the very end, she was talking about what a privilege it is to be able to do this work. And it is an amazing privilege to be able to watch people shift. And good morning, Michelle. To be able to watch people shift and watch people really change their paradigms and understand what beliefs they have that are fueling the behavior that they no longer want and all that kind of stuff. So it's really such a gorgeous privilege to be able to do that. And in a group setting, which again, once a week I do self-love group coaching, it's even more profound because we're holding space for each other. And group work is just powerful and sensational in that when someone else steps up to do their work, inevitably there's a piece of their work that will resonate with someone else within the group. So as one of us heals, all of us heals. As one of us steps up to do our work, all of us are actually doing work. Whether it's just remembering how to hold space. I had a conversation with someone this weekend. Hey, Judy Kellum and Robin and Mitch. I had a conversation with someone this weekend when I was at the Chopra Center with Louise Laffey doing the Wish, and she, very high EQ woman, and she looked at me and she said, "Can I ask you a question that's going to sound silly?" And I said, "Sure, go for it." And she said, "What does it really mean to hold space for someone? Like, people are constantly talking about, let me hold space for you, or can you hold space for me?" And she's like, "People are kicking it around and I don't know what it means." So that struck me as odd, and I forget because I sit in this space all the time, and this is the work that I do, that there's some of this that has become jargon. And as someone who's really enamored with communication, I want to be careful about jargon. So holding space for someone means that I set all of me, any egoic part of me, any attachment to how that person is feeling or how what that person is feeling makes me feel. I set all of that aside so that I can be fully present and grounded for that person, just to hold space for them, just to hear them, just to give them a safe place to completely fall in and be fully, unconditionally loved and heard and seen. And hey, good morning, Swati, and loved. That's what it means to hold space for someone. It doesn't necessarily mean that we give advice. It doesn't mean that we pass them a tissue if they're crying. It doesn't mean we there them. It doesn't mean we say, oh, it'll get better. It just means we listen from our heart place. Michael Beckwith says we need to see with the eyes behind the eyes and hear with the ears behind the ears and feel with the heart behind the heart. And to hold space for someone means that's what we're doing. Not everybody can do it. I have had some really powerful people in my life who, if I've got anger going on, right, they can't hold space for my anger because anger scares them. There's no right or wrong or good or bad about it. Good morning, Francisco and Mary and Misty. There's no good or bad or right or wrong. Not everybody can hold space for anger. Not everybody can hold space for sadness. We have a lot of stories about what we are meant to feel and not feel, and show other people and not show other people. Brene Brown has made a whole career about more than just this, but starting with vulnerability, right? We have to learn how to do that and be that because we've gotten out of the tribe mentality and we are no longer trained or taught, or it's modeled for us how to just hold loving space for one another without making anyone wrong. Because while feelings aren't facts, feelings are never wrong. They are almost always attached to something historic that needs tenderness and gentleness and air and space. So I encourage you always, I know I love Brene too, Misty. I encourage you always, identify your tribe. Who's in your tribe? Is there a shaman? Are there sisters? Are there brothers? Are there elders? Wise ones? Younger ones? Ones that you can be the teacher? I mean, we're all simultaneously teacher and student. It's really important for us to be in the tribe and find the tribe. Good morning, Rhonda. Rhonda Gahn. She's a wise one, right? So who's in your tribe? Start to identify. Make no mistake about it. You have a tribe. Who you spend the majority of your time with, who you talk with. It may be coworkers. It may be an unconscious tribe, an unconscious choosing and selecting of people just by happenstance. And I encourage you today to really notice and write them down on a Post-it note, a square Post-it note, right? Your tribe doesn't have to be ginormic. As a matter of fact, your most inner sanctum sacred circle, the people you hold space for and who can hold space for you, those people go on that square Post-it note piece of paper. Start to notice who's in your tribe, who's your go-to, who reaches to you to hold space, and make sure you're giving yourself the opportunity to have space held for you. Part of it is raising our hand and going, I need someone to hold space for me. And I'm going to tell you something. I do it every day. I don't wait until I'm in crisis. Every day I connect with my innermost sanctum tribe. There are 4 women. And every day we connect on an app called Marco Polo. It's super simple. And every day we see each other and we witness each other. Not from rigidity, but from a place of to be witnessed is so powerful. Anyway, I got to jump off. That's my 10 minutes of love for you this morning. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to go coach my self-love coaching group. Big love to all of you.